Russia is vast. In size, it is the biggest country in the world. Its territory covers 1/6 of the land surface of the globe. Its people number 1/10 of the Earth's population. Although the United States could fit comfortably inside its boundaries 3 times over, most portions of Russia are uninhabitable. The Soviet Union with many natural resources. Almost every material necessary for modern civilization can be drawn from her soil. Coal, oil, cotton, wheat, lumber, and water power. Today, Stalin and his communists wield power even more absolute than that exercised by the Tsar and his nobles. The Kremlin claims that the people own the country's industries and farms. In fact, however, they are run by a giant bureaucracy controlled by the Communist Party. The ordinary workers and farmers are helpless to challenge the decisions of these state officials. This bureaucracy is so inefficient that the Soviet standard of living, always low, is still only 1/5 that of the average American. A giant propaganda machine keeps telling the people they are the freest in the world. But freedom as we know it is non-existent when all expression, activity, and thought is completely ruled by the state. The Soviet citizen is allowed to vote, but there is only one choice, that of the Communist Party. Communists supervise the elections, and communists check the returns. Soviet rule. There is even a highly privileged aristocracy. They're not barons and dukes, but government officials, engineers and industrial executives, artists. They enjoy an extremely high standard of living, garnished by all the comforts of modern civilization. While the average Russian suffers from a chronic shortage of the most elementary necessities of life. Forced industrialization under the 5-year plans has made the Soviet Union one of the biggest industrial nations. But most of the country's production is diverted to the colossal Soviet war machine. Illiteracy has been greatly reduced. Throughout the greater part of Russia, the long, grim winter has always immobilized the farmer for most of the year. The bitter cold turns the earth to stone from fall on. While the heavy spring thaws make a sea of mud out of pasture and farm. Thus, the farmer is forced to be idle most of the time and make up for it by a furious burst of activity during the few good months of the year. City dwellers, too, are inhibited by the vicious winter that paralyzes industry and transportation by 40% or more. These violent contrasts are reflected in the Russian swings from energy to apathy. From careful craftsmanship to incredible sloppiness. From modern mechanized methods to old-fashioned hand labor.